But again, there is the preferred best method to sell these houses instantly. They find the best people who will buy these, and again, that are people who recently bought a house for all cash, all cash buyers recently, and you're going to find the same people who just bought a house all cash recently, and you're going to send them a direct mail. Why? Because it works. If it's public record and you have a phone number, all the better. But I have a specifically well-written postcard with the exact verbiage that gets them to call all the time. So you go to the exact same place, list source, and we'll just pull that back up. So instead now we're looking for, instead of looking for people who bought houses over 10 years ago, we're going to look for people who bought a house within the last 6 months in the exact same area. So all you do is change that to the last 6 months. Add that one. You see the date just populated from January 24th to July 24th of last year. So you can see all the purchases, people who just recently bought a house in this exact same area where your home is in. And you can see in the last 6 months there were 1,000 people who bought. So that already tells you that's a pretty hot area. But you can even go more specific and find the same zip code you just brought the property in. So go here. Instead, I would go, this is how I would find my buyer in a matter of days. Put in the zip code of the house you just bought. So we're doing California. And we'll just find, say the house I just bought is in 95823. In the last 6 months, there were 372 buyers who just bought a house in this exact same zip code. And again, I'll show you how to sort it by mortgage so you can see if they paid cash or if they financed. You can sort all of that. And then you just hit, at the bottom, you hit Purchase List, and you purchase those lists of 300 people buyers, send them the specific postcard that I have, and I guarantee you out of those 374, if your deal is good, one of them will be calling you to buy this property within a matter of days. So how do you have them call and collect the lead? Well, I set up another website for buyers. So another basic quick template I can set up, and I just made a new site just a couple of days ago called Equity Built In. Just created this just for buyer, the investor. So you got this says, Secret Confession. I have discovered a way to secure an endless supply of cheap local houses for pennies on the dollar, and I'd like to give them to you. They put in their name, email address, and then they get access to the properties. I have the properties listed on this site, but you can't see it until you put your name and email. Now you know there's someone who's interested in buying. It says, attention landlords, rehabbers. They see the property, they're interested, they give me a call, have this property sold. If not, I have their name and email for the next property I come up with. Or you can just, if you don't want to do that, you can give them your phone number, have them call you directly. I would set up some sort of way where you start gathering all of your buyers. But you go to this site, this is another one I just set up, quick and easy, just to capture their name and email of investors and then have the properties relist for sale on your own website. That's what I do. That is the best method, direct mail of cash buyers who just bought a house in that area. That way you already know they will buy, that they're buying in that area. And that's the best way you'll find people who have proven themselves as cash buyers. So what you do once you find them, you contact them. Of course, I already said you raise the price by a little bit. You use another special contract. I have another one-page contract where I basically just sign the contract over to them. There is certain terms and verbiage written there that says that You'll write in a non-refundable deposit so that in case they don't close, you will still get your cash, but usually they'll write a check made out to the title company that says you are signing over your original contract to this new buyer and that they're paying you what they call an assignment fee of $10,000 for assigning the contract to them. So essentially they're buying you out of the contract. So and you have this property under contract locked up so no one else can buy it, and then he has to pay you 10 grand to buy the property out. And there's another way to do it. If you have a large property that say it's worth $500,000, you have it under contract for $350, and you marked it up by 50 grand to $400,000. Some investors may not like paying you a $50,000 assignment fee. So what you can do in that case is what they call a double close, where you would have to come up with the funds to close on the property at $350, and then the very same day, at the same time, simultaneously, you resell it to them at $400,000. So property is never in your name. It just closes for 1 second in your name, goes to the new buyer at $400,000. They don't ever see that you're getting $50,000. They don't see the double close. They don't get to see any of the numbers. I would only use that on if you're making a lot of money, and again, I can teach you how to write the contract specifically and how to get funding for your double close without having to use your own money or credit. I can provide you the funding for that as well. And so you package it up, you gather. The last step is package it up, get all the documents together, send it to the title company. You have your buyer's contract, then you have the contract signed by the seller. You have your assignment fee written in there, all of 3 pages, everything together. Send it to the title company. And you relax, wait for however long it takes to close. If they're a cash buyer, it'll usually be a couple days. Sometimes you can write it within 7 days and have it closed. When you have financing, that's when it takes those 90 days and 60 days because lenders have all these specifications. They have to do inspections. They have all these things that have to pass. They have to fix the roof. They have to all these things before they will lend on a property. And that's what makes traditional closing take so long. So you don't want to find buyers who are first-time homeowners who have a loan on the property that want to buy it for primary residence. If that happens, if that's your last resort, it could work. But primarily, if you're going to these cash buyers directly or investors is who you want to sell to that have the cash, that have proven they can have the cash, because with cash there's no contingencies. There's nothing to worry about. You're selling it as is, so they can close as soon as they can get down there with the cash. As long as it takes a title company to do the paperwork, and it's usually a minimum of 3 days. So literally, you can have a property under contract on Monday, and if you already have your buyers list, send it out to them, have them contracted on Tuesday, send everything to title, and you can be closed and have your cash by Friday. Now, it's the ideal, perfect situation, but this is what's possible in real estate when you build up your business doing this. When you send out mailers and you use my direct mail postcard to a certain market and demographic like I showed you, and you have 10, 20, and 30 people calling you every few days, you're going to be able to pick and choose the best of these properties. And now when you're sending out these mailers to these cash buyers, you're going to have buyers on standby waiting for the deals that you keep bringing them that are just waiting for you. So you can potentially build up enough to, yes, have a property called on Monday, contracted, and sold by Friday. It's highly possible. It happens over and over and over again. I'm not just speaking to you in theory. You've seen all this done over and over again. All you have to do is just follow this exact system, exactly I told you, and you can do this easily within a matter of 60 days, or I say even within a month, but like I said, people stop to believe it.